तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, कोई न खेवन हारा हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करे।
बोलो राम श्री राम, बोलो राम जय जय राम, बोलो राम श्री राम, बोलो राम जय राम, बोलो राम श्री राम, बोलो राम केशवरी नंदलाला भज केशवरी नंदलाला भज केशवरी नंदलाला भज केशवरी
श्री महाकृष्ण भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. My most beloved members of the family, Balkaran family. I'm fine. It's okay. My condolences to the immediate relatives of Deolal. Today we are here to pay tribute to the life and times of our beloved brother. And life is about bittersweet. Good days and some not so good days. We have good days and we enjoy it and we give praises and thanks to God. And we have some not so good days. So today we join together and paying final farewell, paying tribute to his life, and like most of us, if not all of us here, would have had some experience with the passing of a loved one. All of us, myself included. And we know it is not an easy time. There's a lot of difficulty, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain when one passes. I saw brother I think it was sometime last year, when we had puja at the home here. And he was sitting there and he asked me to carry him. Wasn't feeling too well. And today we gather to now say a farewell. But life is such. There's a line in a bhajan that says, Pinjare ke panchi. You all know that bhajan. Just as the bird was caged, and there's a thin mesh, a wire maybe like a hair thick, that separates that bird from the universe. That separates what the bird was designed to do. By nature, to fly, to be free in that universe. But that cage houses that bird. So too, my friends, the soul was never meant to be trapped. Just like the bird. This body is like that cage. What brings this body together is karma. Karma. And oftentimes I would say to my folks, if I ask you to point heaven, you do this. And if I ask you to point earth, you do this. And what would you do if I asked you to point hell? You might also do this. So where do you think we are? We are not in heaven, so we might be on earth or in heaven, or in both. High possibility that this earth is hell. None of us, my friends, none of us sitting here, nothing that you see around you, be it a tree, a mango, a piece of grass, a bird, any animal, was qualified for heaven. None of us here were qualified for heaven. If we were qualified for heaven, we'd be in heaven. But we are here, fulfilling our karmic responsibilities. We say, bhogin karma. That's what we ought to do. And it is karma, sukh dukh dono rehte jaise mein jivan hai wo gaun. Life has its sukh, its good days, happy, joyous, and dukkha. It's miserable days, sad days. This is one. And we ask ourselves, my friends, are we happy to be here on this earth? Or would it be happier to be in heaven? And that's a question you and I would always debate. We love this earth. We love the things of this earth. We are born into a family, like Deolal was born into the Balkaran family. And he enjoyed his time. He had parents, mom still here. He had brothers and sisters, friends, neighbors. We enjoy food. We enjoy going out, our clothing. And at some point in time, we must learn to give this up. Giving up is not easy. Separating from this Maya. Maya means that which is caused by illusion. It's not easy. So to separate from this body is not easy. Garud Puran says how difficult it is when the angels of death, the Yamdut, come to take the soul. How difficult it is for this entity to give up the soul. But we have no choice. We have no choice where we are born, and there's no choice when and where we will die. Practicing to give up certain things in life is critical. It's a process. It's not an overnight thing. And the most difficult thing to give up would be this body that we have grown to love. Brother was 70 years, and I hope 70 years. And that's 70. Well, by force, we will have to give it up. Today is his day, and another day will be yours and mine. I think it is critical for us, when we leave here today, how we are now going to view things, how we are going to see things. Are we going to learn to separate? And simple things. Our Dharma teaches us so many ways to separate. When we speak of fasting, it's a way of separating from food. One of the most loved things in our lives is food. But how many of us fast, even one day for you, to learn what it is like to separate? From the nice things that you see around you, when we go to the stores and the mall and we travel to places, we love everything. Where do we draw the line to say, that's enough? And we learn to separate. But more important, my friends, is not so much the clothes and the food. Those things are, to me, of lesser importance. How do we separate from anger? You see it all around you, every day. Road rage, people quarreling and fighting over land, boundaries, and possessions. This morning, I'm reading the newspaper. There's a 20-year-old girl from Marval area who was murdered. She was strangled apparently. And her body was put head down in a pitla tree. And she was lit afire. What would cause something like that? What would cause a human being to do another human being that? We have so much anger and hatred and jealousy and envy in us. And how do we separate from that? How do we dismiss that kind of thing? In our homes, we get so angry quickly with our spouse, wife or husband, with our children, with the neighbor, with our brother-in-law, with family members. Then we see things happening around us and we become so jealous. The neighbor's child passed for a big school and we get, but they must have money or they know somebody in ministry. We wouldn't even think, I wonder if that child studied more than mine. How do we separate from that jealousy? That is going to be the most difficult thing for us. And if we cannot separate from those kinds of things, we are fulfilling a kind of karma that will bring us back here. That will bring us back here. But we all want to go to heaven. We need to look carefully, my friends, and see what takes us to heaven. What takes us to heaven? What do we need to do to take us to heaven? And it's not difficult. There's no book to read. There might be a line or two, but there's a line in a mantra dedicated to Mahaganapati that says, Aham jari garbhadhama tam jasi garbhadham. That word garbha means the womb where we were conceived, the womb of our mothers. We were given enough knowledge. We were given enough knowledge to operate, to fulfill life's duties in a meaningful way. Whether we went to school or not, whether we had a chance to see the world or not, we can still be good fathers. We can be good mothers, good brothers, good sisters, good friends, good community members, good neighbors, anything. You don't have to have any pundit or police to tell you that. It's all in here. It's inborn in you. To learn other things in life, surely you have to go and learn stripping and painting and medicine and electrical installation. You learn that in life. But to learn to be honest? Oh no. It's inborn in you. To be sincere, to be kind, to be the best at which you can be. It's not difficult. You have to look within and see and ask yourself, am I a good person or not? Am I a good father or not? Am I a good brother or not? And you find every excuse in the world. Every excuse in the world not to be that, not to do that. A pundit has a lot of experience in dealing with families. I'll give you an example. I did a funeral just under a year ago. And one of the sons of that home converted. And whilst the other family members were looked like beautiful like you, kurta, dhoti, pants, nice. That particular one came in jeans and jacket. Never did he take a flower and came to his mother and put it there. Because that's against his religious practice. You tell me, my friends, What brain and what mind would do something like that? Twameva Mata. Tom you, meva mind. Twameva means your mind. Mata, your first mind. Mother. Where does God fall in the whole sequence of things? We said every puja we have, every prayer we have, and we close. We say Twameva Mata. Cha. Cha means then Pita Twameva. Pita means Father. So God is first mother, then Father. Twameva Bandhu. Not Bandhu. Bandhu. Bandhu, bloodline. Family. Your family. Your brothers and sisters. Uncles, nieces and nephews that came from the same blood. God is third. Bandhu. Cha. Then Sakha Twameva. Sakha. Not Sakha. Sakha. Sakha means associate, friends, then friends. And there are those who put their friends in front of their family. How many mothers sitting here ask your son, boy, you go down the road and you go buy a bundle of body. Boy, I want to go doctor. I want to go in the grocery. Then you say, Mom, I have time, I have to ride with my partner. Put your friend in front of your mother. It means you put your God in your friend, not your mother. So Twameva Mata, Cha Pita Twameva, Twameva Bandhu, Cha Sakha Twameva. Twameva Vidya. What is Vidya? The knowledge. But it means consolidated knowledge. Something that you would have thought of. So I am saying this before we even start the Antyeshti Samskar. Because why are you here? Because you know Deolal? You're here because you're a neighbor. Why are you here? Think. You are here for you, for yourself, to think, to allow this experience of our brother to pervade your mind and to allow you to think, how can I do better tomorrow? What can we do here? This. You know, my friends, when we do a puja, and for those of you who are my followers, and you know, I teach you Shodas Upachar Puja. Shodas means 16. 16 offerings in a puja. You offer flowers, you offer water, cotton, tika, hardi, sindu, chandan, and so. You put flowers on mala, perfume, incense stick, arti. Those are the 16, part of the 16. What do you offer in a funeral? 6 things. 6. Some water. Tilakam, tilak, tika. That's 2. A flowers are mala, or mala, 3. Perfume, 4. Arti, 5. And a pinda. Pinda means rice ball. A rice ball. 6. That's it. That's it. That is what brother's life will come to an end, and that is what each and every one of us who followed this course would amount to. 6 things. So then, what are we taking back? How is this experience of brothers passing at the age of 70 years is going to change me? Is going to allow me to think and rethink and reconfigure my life into a greater tomorrow. That is called Vidya. When you consider something deeply, right or wrong, good or bad, should I not? Is it meaningful or not? When you're thinking that. So that is what we can achieve from this. A chance to rethink. So it says Twameva Vidya, that's 5. Dharanam Twameva. What example do we set? What practice do we have? How many of us are married and tell your wife or husband, I love you, when the day comes? Sometimes weeks pass.
Nobody.
Exactly. Weeks would pass. How many times do we meet? I have done funerals where I have people crying across from me and saying, Baba, I wish I could tell Mama I love her because we didn't talk in for 4 months. Many moons ago, I did a funeral service. The person who passed was 69 years. And the funeral service almost ended. And I invite people like I would do today. Just come, view, final viewing, and then we leave. And a fellow walk up at a stick. Say, Baba, they're my brother. I'm 2 years bigger than he, so he's 71. He said, but we had talked for 30 years. 30 years! And I was really interested knowing why. Why? Why 30 years? And when you look, I didn't even have to ask. I didn't know. Till today, I don't know why. But it had to do something with the material world. Either Mama give the bearer to his wife, or some boundary, or he didn't get an extra lot of land, or 2 little quarrel, or a popoy or some kind of thing. And that is what we as human beings do. That's what we do. What example are we setting for children? Today you see the conversation across the land and land beyond our shores as well about children. Using drugs. Yesterday evening at 5:30 I have a phone call. Baba, I need you to talk to so and so. 16 years old, liming like a big man, drinking, pulling weed. And you know, I didn't see it. But when I think, because I know the family, the father I know different. He know different. What example do we set? Charity begins at home. Do we say please and thank you? I love you and forgive me. No, we don't do that. Me and my brother follow. I tell my children don't talk to each other. Tomeva mata, chapita tomeva, tomeva bandhu, chasakha tomeva, tomeva vidya darvinam. 6th is practice and example. 7, tomeva sarvam. Sarva means all. Then everything else. You look at the place that you live, how you keep the home. I go to some homes to do puja. Poor. Poor. I see some people that I meet, labhesar, how they keep themselves. How you keep the community. Dumping things off the car window, throwing the mattress and old stove in the back road, driving recklessly on the road. If that is not God, I don't know what is. That's his 7th. And what does the mantra end with? Mama, Deva, Devaha. Mama, me. Mama also means to come in orbit. Deva means God. But the word is repeated. Deva, Devaha. The word Deva in Sanskrit really means unending, forever, perpetual. It says, may I, at the end of my day, merge in one with my God forever. Where does God come? Last. Number 8. So I want you, when we finish this, we must be able to go back home and look into the mirror. Look into the mirror and ask yourself, how meaningful is your life? Why am I alive today? Why am I alive today? What opportunity do I have? How can I change? How can I transform? How can I transcend? How can I better myself? How can I be a better father or mother or brother or sister or friend or neighbor or worker? Whatever it might be. Otherwise, Deolal would have left us in vain. Let him leave us with meaning in our lives. And whether you're 15 years old, or you are 27 years old, or you are 38 years old, or you are 57 years old, or you are 75 years old, we can change. We can better ourselves. And we can be greater and better at what we do. I urge you, my friends, as we do this sanskar, to do the needful. Do the needful. Let's reflect. As we pray, I want you to pray to the God that you know. I want you to pray to the God that you know. If you're Hindu, pray to the God that you love. You're Muslim man, pray to the God that you love. You're Christian, pray to the God that you love. Because no God is better than the other. And you must always keep that in mind. I live in Faizabad. I drive all over this country. I work in Port of Spain. And I always ask myself, God forbid, the day I run off the road on the highway, who is going to be my savior? On whose lap will I die? A Chinese? A African? A Christian? A Muslim? A Hindu? Which one? Do I have a choice? We never have a choice. God will put that, his messenger in place. So why should I condemn my brother man? Never condemn your brother man. Those are the simple things in life, my friends, that we need to reflect and to rethink. We are great people. We are great people. And I want us to be great. I want our children to be greater. For the one wish of parents is that the children do better than them. Not so. For all of us who have children, you know you want your children to do better than you. I'll develop a little bit on that one after the Antishi Sanskar. There are 16 Sanskar. The funeral rite is called Anti-Ishti. And it's the final one, final Sanskar. So join. Let me bless the group for being here and doing your needful. You sound beautiful. When I walked from the vehicle back to here, I thought a CD was playing. Really nice that you do this kind of service. So let me begin our ceremony. Give me about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And then I invite you to do a bhajan in between. So you can have a sandbada off in the most beautiful. I can't hold the mic and talk, but God blessed me with a big mouth. I'll speak as loudly as I can. ओम अपावित्र पवित्रो व सर्वाभस्तांगित पीवः यः स्मरेत पुंडरीकाक्षः स भायभयंतर शुचिसुर विष्णुः हस्त प्रक्षालं समर्पयामि नमस्कार नमस्कार प्रतिगृहतां विष्णवे नमः गोविंदाय नमो नमः परमात्माय नमो नमः ओम माधवाय नमः ओम श्री केशवाय नमः ओम श्री नारायणाय नमः शरीरकरदानं नमस्कार समर्पयामि ओम कुसुमले स्थितो ब्रह्मा कुसुमध्ये जनार्दनः कुशाग्रतलदेवो शङ्करदेवो कुशं सुतम् कुशमुले स्थितो ब्रह्मा कुसुमध्ये जनार्दनः कुशाग्रतलदेवो शङ्करदेवो कुशं सुतम् मंगलम खंडचंदनम बंधित नित्यम सर्व पापकणाशनम खंडचंदनम दानम समर्पयामि Today, my friends, we are in the year 2080 in the Hindu calendar. Started on afternoon of March 21st at 1:54 p.m. and we name our years. So this year is called Nava. Our Hindu month is Shravana. When the bright fortnight of this month is called Shukla Paksh. There are 15 days in the fortnight. Today is the 12th, is called Dwadashi Tithi. Tithi means day. The sun is moving southward, it's called Dakshinarayani. And the moon is presently located in the 8th zodiacal belt, 8th Rashi. It's called Vrishchik Rashi. And aligned to a wonderful star, constellation. The word for constellation is called Nakshatra. And it's called Jyeshta. The prevailing energy at this point in time, until about just after 2 p.m., is called Siddha Yoga. And the Karna, which is part of the energy of the day, is called Bhava. It's a very auspicious day. Really auspicious day. Today, we offer the remains of beloved brother Deolal to Bhagwan, from whom he came and to whom he shall return. So today, we wish him all the best in his travels. And may the good Lord Almighty God continue to render his soul into the eternality of thy kingdom. And Swarga Lok, Swarga means heaven, Lok means world, the world of heaven, or the heavenly world. And may God be kind, lenient and merciful unto him. That's what we are asking. May God bless your hearts. Thank you on behalf of the family for being here and supporting them in this difficult hour. And I can say to you only, what goes around comes around, what comes around goes around. For your goodness today, may God bless you tomorrow. Thank you for your love and support. Not just this day, but the last couple of days when the family held week and so. Let's join together in a simple prayer. Pray as you know to pray. Call the God of your heart. Always remember to pray for yourselves, pray for your family and your loved ones. And perhaps we can offer the collective spirit and prayer to our beloved Deolal for the beauty and traveling to the heavens. It takes 1 year. 1 year. So may the good Lord bless and keep us, and bless him, bless his soul, and give strength and courage to the family members. Om Vishnu Vishnu Om Namah Paramatmane Sri Puran Purushotama Adhyashri Brahmano Nidvitya Pararade Shvedavadaha Kalpe Vaivasutaman Vantare Ashtavinchritame Kali Yogi Kali Pratham Chavane Bhuluke Jambudvipe Bhaura Avatare Muktam Samvatsare Nala Samvat Shravan Mase Sri Sukla Pakshe Darishi Tithi Surya Dakshinarayane Chandrastite Shri Vrishchik Rasi Jyeshta Nakshatra Yatamurti Halagan Bhavakarana Siddha Yoga Balkaranam Kulhi Kashyap Gotraha Deolanam Pradikasya Jivatma Shanti Kalyanam Shri Anteshri Samskar Pujanam Namaskar Samarpayami Namaskaram Pratigiritam Shri Anteshri Samskar Samarpayami. With reverence we perform the final rites and rituals. May God guide our hearts and hands into a successful end in this ceremony. Namaskaram Samarpayami. Prem se bolo Krishna Chand Bhagavan ki Jai. Krishna. Om Sarva Papa Haram Divya Gange Yandiramalam Jalam. Sarva means all. Papa means mistakes and sins and so. Haram means to take away. Pajamargam, Paja means feet. Jal water, Dana means to give. I give this water to wash that looks like feet, see Krishna. And I pray that you forgive our brother his mistakes and errors. Sins, sometimes we want to call it, right? That which is disfavored God. Salutations to you. Salutations to you. Om Mangalam Khanda Chandanam. The word Chanda means moon, but Chanda also means silver. It also means to shine. So maybe shine in the eyes of God.
Yeah.
Mangalam Khanda Chandanam Bandhiti Nicham Sarva Papa Kanashanam. Khanda Chandanam Danam Namaskaram Pratikratam.
Yeah.
Gandha Dwara Dura Darshan. Gandha means sweet fragrant. So you have a perfume. What does perfume have, my friends? When you spray perfume, does it make you look better? No. It has an effect. It has an effect. And I was speaking with that earlier when I asked you to ask yourself, what effect do I have on my children? What effect do I have on my family? What effect do I have on society? Are you having a good effect or a bad effect? A positive or negative? Maybe strive towards having a positive effect. Mala dini, sugandini, mala, amala, gala. Sugandhi again means sweet fragrance. Mala tyadini vai Prabhu. It is of no concern to God the scent and color and beauty of a flower. Pushpamala Danam, and it says God doesn't judge you by the scent, beauty, and color of a flower. God doesn't judge you by the scent, beauty, and color of a flower. A red flower is no better than a yellow flower. A rose is no better than a chameli. It's the heart that gives that flower. He says, I judge you not by what your hands bring to me, I judge you by what your heart brings to me. That's the flower. Article. Do arti. Yam. My beloved friends, we do arti. Yam Dwari Mahagori. Yam is the god of death. And I always tell my folks, especially young children, we don't have 25 and 7, 2 God. We have functionaries of God. The God in the sun is called Surya Narayan. In the moon is called Chandra. So, the god of death is called Yamraj. So it says Yam Dwari. Dwari means door. All of us have to go one day and stand before God to account for ourselves and for and by our own selves. So we stand before the Lord and we knock the door. We knock that door. The difference between you and I, or you and anyone else, is whether even they enter that door or not. So Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepa Danam. Deepa means like we offer this beautiful light, and I pray, dear God, that you kindly grant us the privilege and blessing of entering into that door. Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepa Danam Maya Deditavu Patishtatam Vishnu Charanam Samarpitam. May I advance to that beautiful word. Salutations to you. Good? Make your peace at the end and join me. Om Shri Yam Dwari Mahagori Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami Deepam Pratigadatam Deepadanam Namaskar Samarpayami. Shri Gandhadvara Dura Darshan Gandhakstam Samarpayami Gandhakshadana Namaskaram Prativirtam. Shri Yamdvari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami Deolal Nam Pretasya. Pretasya means a traveling soul. When the soul is taken out of the body at the time of death, from that moment until the 1 year ceremony, that soul is a traveling soul, transitionary soul, and it's called that soul is called a transitionary soul. It's traveling. So we say Pretasya. And he'll be Pretasya, traveling for the next year. After the 1 year is completed, then the soul attains the status of Pitra. You know why you say Pitra? Pitra. Maladini, Sugandhini, Malatyadini, Veprabhu, Maya, Hrtani, Pujar, Tatam, Pushpani, Prati. Pushpa means flowers. Pushpadanam Samarpyami. Yamdvari Mahagore Deepadanam Mayadete Tabu Patushtatam Vishnu Charanam. The word Charan means feet, but Charan in Sanskrit also means to advance. Maybe may this soul advance to God. Pushpamaladanam Prativedatam. Shaupujanam. Funeral ceremony. This that we are doing here is a puja. It's called a Shav puja. Shav means the departed body, the corpse, as we sometimes would say. That is called Shav. Yamdvari Mahagore Deepadanam Namaskaram Samarpayami. Yamdvari Mahagore Deepadanam Prativirtam. Can I ask those who can stand, please stand, and those who need to sit, keep sitting. It's not a problem at all. And I ask the beloved Mandari to give us some bhajan while we do this. Krishna bhajan. Jivatma Shanti Kalyan. We are saying, oh beloved, Jivatma. Jiva means existence and Atma means soul. Atma can also mean life. Wherever this soul is existing. Jiva Shanti Kalyan. Shanti means peace, Kalyan means happiness, auspiciousness. May you find peace and happiness in the hereafter. 5 pindas, 5 rice balls are offered in a funeral service. We just offered the first one. So let me now ask you to sit. आप लोग आसन लीजिए. And those who would wish now to come and offer mala, do aarti and so, the immediate family members and so, let me now invite you to do so. Whilst that is also going on, I ask our beloved Mandali to continue bhajans. So those who wish to offer flowers, mala, please come.
पंजरी के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने को, पंजरी के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने को। बाल से टूटा मोट रहे पीतर पीतर रोई रे, पीतर पीतर रोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने को। कहीं न सके तो अपनी कहानी तेरी बिखर के चांदनी
जो तुम्हें जाना चाहिए जीवन इतना जो तुम्हें जाना चाहिए जीवन इतना शुभ शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 शुभ शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 जो तुम्हें जाना चाहिए जीवन इतना जो तुम्हें जाना चाहिए जीवन इतना शुभ शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 शुभ शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 नाम पावन पावन कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा जुआ बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण जय बोले मारा कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा जुआ बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण जय बोले मारा मैंने गाँव तेरे यारा जिसको मिले ना पीना सुख काम रंगा जाने जो ना जाने कृष्णा कृष्णा लिखे कारण जाने जिसको मिले ना पीना सुख काम रंगा जाने जो ना जाने कृष्णा कृष्णा लिखे कारण जाने जाने हर दिया हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा जाने हर दिया हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा शुभ शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्णा शुभ शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल करे मिलन अब चल करे मिलन अब चल करे मिलन Hare
श्री महाकृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। भगवद गीता as little as this book might seem, it's a powerful book. There are 700 verses in this book. 700. It's divided into 18 chapters. 18 chapters. And I just want to read a verse for you. This is chapter 7, verse 8. Arjun, I am the sapidity in water, and the radiance in the moon and the sun. I am the sacred syllable Om in all the Vedas, the sound of ether, and virility in men. I didn't read that verse for you to understand what it said. I read that verse for you to time me. To time me. And how long do you think I took to read that verse? It took 8 seconds. It takes 8 seconds to read a verse in Bhagavad Gita. It takes 8 seconds to read a verse in the Holy Quran. And it takes 8 seconds to read a verse in the Bible. How many of us, my friends, whether you're Christian, Hindu, or Muslim, find 8 seconds in a day to read a verse? We are busy. Busy doing what? Busy doing what? Are you telling yourself you're busy? Are you feeling busy? Because a lot of time business is in the mind, you know. And a lot of times you'd see it on the road. I drive all over the country, as I was saying earlier. And you'd see people on the highway rushing in, cutting out. And they're going nowhere. They're right in front of you. But in their mind, they're busy. And fellas, I'll give me a little chance, please. Begging you. 8 seconds to speak the word and to read the word and glorify the word of God. You remember? I mentioned that when we do this sanskar, brother leaves with a few drops of water, tika, perfume, mala, that's 4, arti, and a pinda. No offense, my brother. I just say no offense. But we need a now to tell me that. You're great. What you do for people, I cannot underscore. You help me and thousands. I'm just saying. Baba, you know what I get? Oh God, Baba. Because we don't study our dharma. We're not interested in our dharma. We are busy. Only when I meet somebody in a puja somewhere, Baba, you go jare me, to put $2 gas and meet me home, you don't have time. But convenience. Only there, then the child was jarring, then Tanti was jarring. Baba, I want to put a puja day. You're so busy. If you're too busy, you're either eating too much, sleeping too much, pussering too much, something too much. We need to rethink. We need to rethink. We're busy doing what? Duncan Village, 16 years ago, I was doing a funeral. I used to go, all person living there, my shishya. And I'd pass every now and again in a village and I had time, I'd stop and read a verse, sing part of the Chali, Hanuman Chali, she loved the Hanuman Chalisa like that, and I'd do that. Baba, them children, them don't have time. Sometimes you see them 2 months. But the day she dead, man, only for hundreds of dollars, rose and carnation and 90,000 flowers. When she living, she had a hibiscus. We do that all the time, you know. How many Hindus think that when someone passes and you have Shraddha, what do you call Bandhara? You have to make 12 takari and 17 and 15 and things, and nothing like that. Nothing like that. You see the tomatoes choke I didn't give mommy when she living, and she dead, you just feel guilty and go and put it in the back plate. So that's why you want to make cripsy aloo and tomatoes and baigan choka. I am saying to you, when mommy living, go and make the tomatoes and karishina. Years ago, I don't go anywhere Mother's Day, but Mama's birthday was Mother's Day. She had 80 years. She said, Baba, come and do a little prayers for me. She sit down there and she think, but she had a little shaky, and the grandchild sit down. Mama big toe so big, and she big toenail so big, bigger. Not a grandchild, not a this one, but they're going for pedicure and manicure and dyeing here and doing this and that. No problem. What Mama? They go on Buru to cut the toenail. My brother outside there with Burus, he could tell you. We're busy. Busy. We have missed the boat. We have missed the boat. And we are on to things which are of supernaturalism. Obiaism, Simidini. People coming to me, Baba, you gonna make a tabish me feeling good. You just get up and walk a little bit. Or you drinking sweet drink whole day. And eating 10 roti. You're treating your wife good. She gone by she father. You are tabich. A guard. You could make a guard big like a cement bag. Now you walk. We are looking for solutions when it's right in you, right in your heart. We are looking for solutions. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, first verse. Abhyayam sattva samshudhir jnana yoga vyavastitataha danam damascha yajnascha swadhyayastapa arjavam. Absolute fearlessness. Absolute fearlessness. Abhyayam. I'm not saying when I'm gone man home and say, give me the key for the car. You say, Baba, tell me be fearless, man. No, that is not being fearless, that's being stupid. Not that fearless. You must be fearless, my friends, when you deal with those. Stand up for what is right. If your child pushed on the neighbor child and your child wrong, tell your child they're wrong. How many of us look at the neighbor son, but we are watching your own? You don't watch your own. Be fearless. Stand up for what is right. Don't get yourself hurt. Don't put yourself in harm's way. But stand up for what is right. Fearlessness. Purity of mind. You know, my friends, sometimes our little mistakes come as jokes. Come as jokes. So in my village, there's a joke that the fella gone and he stand up facing east. And you know how it is? Raise one foot and people have this thing and you do on your charhavi dhar. And you're Surya Narayani Namaha. So as he's watching his son and he come down level, he see the neighbor. He say, hey, you're so and so. You go time hand. No purity in mind. We don't think right and wrong, you know. Me and my brother followed, but I was wrong. Me and my wife or husband followed, I was wrong. When I counsel couples sometimes, two of them right. Two of them right. Like marriage is a competition. And I say marriage is not a competition, my children. Marriage is a partnership. And if you cannot partner, you miss the boat. You have to say, I am wrong sometimes. Earlier, I was speaking that sometimes I go out there. People call me. Sometimes Diwali morning, the day before Diwali. Baba busy. Baba, where's the mantra is used for Lakshmi Mata again? 364 days. You want to learn nothing. Like Siddhi Bodhi go, you make a difference then. You think you make a difference? You tell your wife, I love you. You hug your children. You say sorry. You ask forgiveness. For those of us who have little children or grandchildren going to kindergarten, they teach them two words called the magic words. What are them? Please, please and thank you. How many of us use those words daily? Please and thank you. How many husbands walk in the house and say, where the food there, girl? as though you are some slave in the house. We lack courtesy. We lack courtesy. But charity begins at home. I go to some homes and little children, 6 and 7 and 8 and 12 years and think, they're hardened. They're like Chucky. Hardened. Own way. Own way. We say you give them too much a long rope. And when they reach a certain age and you can't talk to your own son or daughter, Baba, you ever talk to her? Oh, why I have to do that? Why I have to do that? For those of us who are Hindus, how many of us get up on the morning, look at our wife or children or husband or whoever and say, Sitaram. Who are Muslims, Salaam Alaikum. How many husbands hug their wife and say, I love you, darling? Because never know if that will be your last day. Husband get up in the house, walk in the kitchen and say, Pumpkin again? Not about I love you. How you're feeling? How was your day? When the child come from school, hug the child. How was your day? They get homework, the still miss come to school. We are not communicating. We are not communicating. Let us think. Charity. This is the 16th chapter, first verse. But in the 18th chapter, 5th verse, it says, Yajadana tapha karma. Yajna, yajya, yajna. Means sacrifice. What sacrifices are we making? For those of you who know where I live, so I have the temple in the hill. We call ourselves Temple on the Hill. So we put up a structure. It's been in making in 28 years, still in progress. And last year, June, I started 4 classes. I'm not teaching, except maybe for one little bit. So we started an aerobics class. 3 mornings for the week. Monday, that's still going on. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 9 to 10, 1 hour. It's $20 a class. Nothing comes to the temple or me. The teacher who teaches comes from Diego Martin, and I live in Faizabad. She has a class in Pointe-à-Pierre, Palms Club, and one somewhere in Oropuch, and one by me. $20. And I invite the village. Where I live, probably immediate catchment is 5,000 people. The aerobics class are about 15. But people calling me for tabich to drop their blood pressure. And the sugar ain't going down. Sit down home. June last year, the same month, on a Wednesday at 5 p.m. to 6:30, we have yoga and meditation. It had 12 people. 12 people to come and sit down and do yoga and meditation. $10 a class. $10. It goes to the teacher. She doesn't even want the money. She has. She's just teaching. She's take the money and accumulate it and give it to the Cancer Society. She's a cancer survivor. 12 people. Who want to learn yoga and meditation? That same month, the same week, we started Sanskrit and Hindi. Me and a Shishya who's coming from Karpichaima. We share the class. We start with 36 and end with 2. In 3 months, I had to stop the class. We had nobody. Baba, me understand. And we're using Hindi word here and there, and we know nothing. Sometimes even if you're cussing self. Singing a bhajan, and you know why you're singing self. But we have to stop it. I have a qualified teacher with a degree, Brandon Punwasi, who started to teach music. 7 instruments. He can teach 7 instruments. Probably more, but this is the 7. Keyboard, harmonium, dholak, tabla, guitar, and whatever. $50 a class. Oh, the Sanskrit class was $5 a class. We're doing it free really, but when the girl comes, I collect a $5 and we put it together and I make up 200 and give her for her gas. Brandon Punwasi come to teach music, same June last year. It started at 9 and ended at 7. Then it gone to 4. Then it gone to 4. Until Brandon said, Baba, it makes sense, I come here. Who want to learn? What are your children and grandchildren at 8 and 12 and 15 and 17 years doing? How many of us are over 60 years old and will probably retired and think and say, you see me, Baba, 1 foot in the grave already. Where you can't learn? Busy? Too occupied? Control of the senses. Eye, sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. The things that we see, things that we hear. The group singing bhajans, Pinjare ke panchi. Bhaiya was singing Pinjare ke panchi. कहा न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे विधि न तेरी कथा लिखी आंसू में कलम डुबोए विधि न तेरी कथा लिखी. The word vidhi means methodology, that which governs your life. Vidhi na teri katha, the story of your life. Likhna means the right, likhi is already written. The story of your life is already written. Where you are born, when you will die, what will happen in the course of life. Asume kalam. Kalam means pen. The pen of God has already written that. You can't change that. As a younger pundit, people would tell me, Baba, you go do this to me, this happen, you go make this, you go make that, you go do this, like that. People feel when you go back pundit sometimes, you could do all kind of magic. If not magic, obia. Hard work, dedication, commitment, learning from a mistake, perseverance. These are the key to life. Not no semi-meeting. Not no semi-meeting. Hard work. So I urge you, my friends, not to include these kinds of things. Going in this corner by some fella down Moruga, going in the back road, so that ain't gonna work. You're fooling yourself and you're losing your money. Hard work. Study and teaching of the Vedas. Vedas teach you karma. What will be, will be. What will be, will be. For anyone sitting here, this could be our fate tonight or tomorrow. You can't change that. Nobody outside there could change that. No priest could change that. No Brahman could change that. Live well. Live joyfully. Live happy. Bhale bhi din aate. Din means day. Aate means to come. Good days will come to all of us. But I ask all of us here, any one of us, how do you know a good day? When you say I'm having a good day today, how do you know that? How do you know something tall? If you didn't know, If you don't know what? Short. How you know something big? If you didn't know, small. How would you know a good day? Because bhale bidin aate jagat means the world. Jagat mein bure bidin aate. When the world brings a bad day for you, you're going to know what a good day is. They're opposites. So my friends, what is the opposite of life? That's the balance. Yes, samana saman so jive shumama kahate shuri mai kalpa asmin. Yes, sama. The word sama means balance. Life has a balance. Always has a balance. Yes, samana saman so jive shu. There's life after life. Not in this body. Shuri mai kalpa asmin. Mai kalpa. Kalpa means a cycle of time. In this cycle of time, I want you to think this. I want you to remember this. I want you to take home this. When you go home, or the next time you have a chance to look into a mirror, and you see that face, I want you to know that that face was never here before, and it will never be here in the future. The soul comes and goes, but in a different body. There are 8 billion people in this world. There's only one of you. And if there's one of you, there's only one mother that you would ever have. One mother. Your mother will never be yours again. For mothers here, your children will never be yours again. Your father will never be yours again. Your brother will never be yours again. Your sisters will never be yours again. One chance, one opportunity. Make the most of it. So it breaks my heart when I hear people, me and he don't deal. I go in a puja, I say, where Vishnu? Yeah, Baba, if I tell you, you know, think Baba, I do reverse in the car, I touch Vishnu bumper, and he start a course and give and think for bumper and thing, and we don't talk again. For bumper! That is weak. So I urge you to think of all these things I mentioned. I urge you to say, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. I urge you to read your scripture, whether it's this or the other one, or next one, doesn't matter to me. Somebody once asked me, Baba, what is your philosophy? If you have to speak your philosophy in one sentence, what would that be? And it just came out of me. I never thought of it. I always thought my philosophy was, be the best that you can be. But it just came out of me. And that line that came out of me was, never wish anybody bad. It just came out of me, never wish anybody bad. Tomorrow might be your last day. And you can't take it back sometimes. You go with it. So God bless your hearts. Let me now ask Shahid. Shahid?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, to say a few words. And then I'll ask Lalchan. And then you have the reading of the Eulogy by Mintra. And then we'll wrap up. It takes 45 minutes to reach Mosquito Creek from here. 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes. Yeah, 45, 50 minutes. So I think we have 11:30, you said, Sabita? So we can leave here about 10:30, comfortably. So we have 30 minutes again. God think that we have a time on the creek. So we want to make that time comfortably, and we'll do that, we'll leave 10:30, right? That gives us a few minutes just to have some words and so. Shahid.
Thank you very much. Namaste or Sitaram. Assalamu alaikum. A pleasant good morning to each and everyone. Baba, after hearing you, I feel me and nothing to say. You say everything. You talk of food, you talk of family, you talk everything. And I'm watching there, but I'm watching your curtain, and I say, is that curtain, but you know you sweat up so much. Alright, so I've been asked to say a few words on behalf of the deceased, Mr. Deolal Balkaran, and as a member of the community. I have known Deolal since growing up. Deolal, Budlal, the sister Kashti, we used to go to school together, and when you miss Amim Khan in the morning, you have to go back. But when you sit down in Amim Khan, you drop me out joking corner, I go into St. Stephen's, I have to stand up for 5 minutes, let the blood come back. Amim putting 8 in the back seat and 4 in the front seat, right? And when you're big, so your 2 hip bone jamming the next passenger, the blood is flowing. Kashti Mishtika, she go in Asja, I go in St. Stephen's, we go in like one. Alright? I grew up right in the back there. When Cunjal Road got water in 1968, when they opened Cunjal Government School, we used to walk through the bush. Deolal, meeting everybody, grew up as family. That's nothing like Hindu and Muslim. Alright? We were all one. Deolal was a good cricketer. Deolal could have played Colts cricket up to 30 years, ask Bal. He ain't getting big. One height. His nickname was Lilliput. Why? From the story Gulliver and Lilliput. A man playing cricket up to Colts cricket. I know we going after he played for Yorkshire for many years. He played for Michael 11. He come and play. We had 10 men to go and play cricket. You know, you had to play cricket with 11. We picked Deolal and we still had 1 shot. Deolal was always short. We had 11, but we had 1 shot. I remember when I went training college in 1978, it's 45 years ago, 20 years. We had a little introductory social that we had to welcome you in after the first week in training college. Everybody had to carry a guest. I was 20 years, so if you had 45 and 20, you were you're checking my age, 65, right? Everybody had to carry a guest. Me, I'm no girl are watching me. I carry Deolal. Everybody. Where you teaching, Deolal? Don't worry, no man. I'll come in next year, right? Deolal was my guest in the introductory social. We grew up like family, all right? And this is the kind of where Babaji was talking about, right? Bal, when you get up and you're pumpkin again, everybody asks me, Shahid, how you going? I said, good. What about Vida? I said, she real good, but only when she's sleeping. Oh, because when she waking is go for this, go for that, go for this, go. I say, I go for. You put up the oil, go for the curry. You go for the curry, bring the spoon. Throw the water, no lay bun. Good. I said, we go do, eh? Alright? So, family life. Babaji talk about that. How many of us tell your spouse, I love you? Communication, he spoke about that. This is the kind of way that we should live. And Deolal, Bal, he go down by Ricky. Say we going by the Siaman. Ricky, how much is the lotto this week tonight, boy? Get the Baba or the Siaman could foresee the future. I said, oh God, don't give me the whole 36 numbers, just give me 5 and the Powerball. You can't give me that. Where you going by him for? They taking your money. I stop it there. If you don't want to go, go. Alright? But I believe if them could foresee the future, Ricky, every week somebody would have win the lotto. He would not go up to 12.5 this week. I got the number. Alright? So, my dear brothers and sisters, the community, Cunjal is a very close-knit community. I like when we have a Muslim funeral, the Imam call the Pundit, or we call the pastor. You have a Hindu funeral, just like how they call me. I'm a Muslim. You open a Muslim cemetery across the road here. First time in my life when Shahid's wife died, I go on the night funeral. 65 years. I go on, and plenty of we go on to see what is a night funeral because we never experienced it. So things come. And this is the kind of way that we, David, Lakshmana Sharma, when you have a little reading or you go by anybody, you call me to say a few words. We local Pandit Lalchan, always we live like he come by me for Eid, I go by he for Diwali. Alright? That's how we have to live. Right? country is facing a high rate of crime. We ain't safe in our own house. What you gonna do? I ain't telling you who to vote. Election coming up. You know who to vote. Alright? So, my dear brothers and sisters, Padaji, very inspirational talk, very practical. I could have hear you for the next half an hour, but I want to get boring because, I mean, you can eat body and rice every day, alright? So, you give me a little thing in between. I say, I want to say the Balkaran family were very close. The Deolal father used to buy goods by my uncle Zion. They used to pass through right in the back there, right? All the Cunjal road people used to pass through by my grandfather's place to go to Tasmol shop or to Zai shop. And even Penbot, he and Vishnu, big fella, one day they meet me and they well, give me some Yankee. Me and my brother, me and not to do, we all we get them back, you can't fool you, and I all we know. And anytime I see Penbot, I say, Dada, what Hamid been a say? Right? So, my dear brothers and sisters, I like to make it entertaining, but we will miss Deolal very much. The brother-in-law, Harry and I, we are in the same village council, we work together, and we will miss you, right? Short man, as we used to always call him, you go walk down by Ricky, go sip two, and you go come up back the road. Ricky, well, you lost last sale, boy. All right? So, on behalf of the community, the Cunjal Village Council, my masjid, Sobrati Trace Masjid, and the entire community, we extend our words of sympathy and condolences to the Biri family. Sabita and my wife are very close. They call one another every day, almost every day on a daily basis. I have taught the Harry's grandchildren at TML. They grew up, they have gone to higher education, and we maintain that close-knit of a family in the community. So on behalf of everybody, the entire community of Cunjal, the Cunjal Village Council, we extend our sympathies to the Biri family. And we can say Deolal is going to a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaykh Bhayaji. Lalchan.
Sampai Sitaram. Om Amana Deno Deva, Shankar Chakra Gadadara, Akshay Pundarika, Krishnamoksha Pradhuva. God has never made a bad day. Every day is a good day. Today is a good day. We celebrate the life of Deolal. You need a good day to celebrate. If you're sick and you can't move, can you celebrate? So you have to be good. That's why all of us are here, regardless of the condition we have, regardless of the ailment that we have. It is good that we are here. God has never made a bad day. It is our experience that makes it good or bad. We experience pain, we'll cry, right? We experience loss. There's nothing wrong to mourn. There's nothing wrong to cry. If you keep it inside, well then you're killing yourself slowly. Therefore, today we sympathize, we share condolences, we show our gratitude, and if it was not our gratitude, we would not have been here. The most we can do is to offer a prayer. Baba said nothing, we can't do nothing for the dead. Nothing. He died a couple days ago. We can't do anything for that. Chaurasilat, 8,400,000 species of life. When we were in the mother's womb, we prayed to God, oh God, get me out of that dark dungeon, that when I come out from here, I will pray to you daily. But have we ever taken our footsteps to go to the temple, or to the mosque, or to the church to offer a prayer? The Baba said 8 seconds. 8 seconds and we carry the verse. But it takes us 24 minutes. It takes us 24 minutes to meet our Maker. After the soul leaves the body, 24 minutes, we see God. And at that time, He shows you the map, good and bad. He shows you the scale. If the scale is too heavy, on the negative, we rush back down to the body, trying to get back into the body to correct what we have done wrong in the past. But within that 24 minutes, how many of us will look at a corpse after somebody died consciously for 24 minutes? Not for 48 minutes, sorry. At that 48 minutes, your body will get junjuni, it will start to jump. That is when the soul trying to rush back to get back into the body, to correct what they have seen. But then the journey takes 1 year after to become a, to become a pitri. Right now is a prayed. So the prayer that I just said is offered to the spirit. The soul is wandering, seeing all of us, seeing everything that is done. Want to know which part today? Probably by the door, the gateway. That's why Baba will offer Pinda by the gateway just now when we leave him. Right? To ask him to allow the soul, allow the body to go to the crematorium or to the creek where we'll dispose of the body. From a stone to a plant, from a plant to an animal, and from an animal to the human body. This is the gateway. All the others cannot discriminate. You see our soul move for itself? Soul cannot move for itself. But it was a rock from the mountain, and then we take it and we make it a lingam. And we breathe life into it, and then we pray to it. How many of us were a tree planted in the forest, in the middle of the forest? Guyana is 16 times, 1/16 of Guyana is developed, and the rest is forest. Imagine you're in a Guyana forest somewhere, when they're going to cut that log, for it to change from a plant to move on to the animal stage. All the different species of life, 8,400,000 species. But the human body is the only one that can discriminate, good or bad, right from wrong. Pray. Even the devatas do not have this opportunity to pray to God. So we have the opportunity to pray every single day. But we have not taken the chance to do it. Once we're born, death is imminent, death is sure. We have a birth date and a death date. I don't say we're getting older. We are dying faster. From the time we're born, we are going closer to the grave. So why be a slave to the soul? Not the soul, but the soul desires. The desires of the soul. We see, the thing that we see, the thing that we like is not the thing that we're supposed to do and supposed to like. However, we then blame karma when we can't walk. Say, okay, well, there is a karma, you have to go through it. Well, fine, we will go through it. In this world, right? There was a time when we could have sleep with the doors open, and now we have to live in a cage because we have to build burglar proof so that we cannot be harmed in no way, right? To protect ourselves. However, they always say, you see, just so you live your life, just so when you die, the same thing will happen. So if you're busy in life, things will happen, very quickly. But if you're really lackadaisical and you're slow, it will take long to happen. Right? So the papers and things, they take long to fix. See, I don't know why, anytime I go so it has something happen. I have to run back to get the next thing. Right? And this is what happens. So therefore, Baba said, try and do that which is right. And as a teacher, I used to tell the children, my prayer was, oh Lord, help me to do that which is right, no matter how difficult it may be. help me to do that which is right, no matter how difficult it may be. And I used to tell them, I hate people who lie. I hate people who lie, so you can't lie to me. If your mother sends you to school tomorrow, where you went? You know, so that is how to get the things out of them. Don't lie. You can't lie for me. You lie for somebody else. Don't lie for me. Right? And I do not encourage them to lie. So I don't say don't lie for somebody else. But please be honest. Be truthful. Right? And with these few words on behalf of Savita and the rest of the family, right? On behalf of Deolal, we'd like to thank everybody for being a part of the week and all the other things, right? To be in sympathy with them, right? And we thank you all for being here with you all, right? Sitaram.
Can I ask Mintra who to read us the Eulogy?
Sitaram. Sitaram, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mintra Maharaj, and I am Uncle Deolal's niece. Uncle Deolal is my mother Sunday brother. Uncle Deolal was born on the 17th of October 1953. He was 3 months away from celebrating his 70th birthday. He was the son of the late Mr. and Mrs. Balkaran. His brothers and sisters are Sunilal, Sanjay, Budlal, Radha, Kashti, Chande, Savid, Chanarde, and Sabita. Among his siblings, he was considered as the mischievous little brother, and they all loved him dearly. Uncle was a well-groomed, neat, and tidy person. Although Uncle Deolal was never married, nor did he have any children of his own, he considered his 26 nieces and nephews as his own children. I am certain that my siblings, along with all my cousins, will agree with me when I say that he was a fun, loving, kind-hearted, funny, and easygoing individual. Uncle Deolal was very much a big part of my life. He was present at some of my most significant milestones, from babysitting me as a child, to becoming an adult and getting married, to having children of my own. In addition, Uncle Deolal loved having a good time, hanging out with family and friends, and having a few drinks. His favorite sport was cricket. I will never forget his light-hearted spirit. Uncle, you have left us all heartbroken, and as we move through our lives without you, know that we will miss you tremendously, and you will live on in our hearts forever. May your path always be lit and guided onto your next journey into the humble abode of Sri Krishna. Sitaram.
God bless you, Mintra, for your kind words. My friends, as I said, we just have about 15 more minutes and we're going to leave here. I just want to say last thing. So what I spoke of before, I spoke with the heart of a pundit. But by training, I'm also an epidemiologist. So I want to talk to you a little bit in 2 minutes about health. Health. In Trinidad, and it works or is in similarity with the trends across the world. The number one cause of death in Trinidad is cardiovascular diseases. And among the other causes of death, number 2, cancers. We have diabetes and its complication right there. those are among the top 5 causes of death. But cardiovascular diseases account for about 66% of deaths in this country. We look at risk factors. What might be contributing to this? So in 2011, the Ministry of Health, where I work, we had a national survey. And we look at risk factors. Risk factors means what would put you at risk for these things. So we were looking at dietary intake, including sugars and salt, exercise, physical activity, smoking, alcohol consumption, and saturated fats. Those are the main risk factors. When you look at these things, these causes of death, diabetes and its complication, cancers and cardiovascular diseases, and among those ischemic heart disease, which is strokes and all these kinds of things, there's a common thread. It's called food. And when you look at the public health definition of food, is anything that you take that can be eaten or you drink. Soft drink, water is considered food. Whatever you eat, chocolate, macaroni, those things contribute. So, every place I go, I ask brothers and sisters and children to cut 4 things. Cut 4 things. First, cut your sugar. And people say, Baba, or they call me a different title. When you say sugar, what do you mean? So I say, well, let me describe it like this. When you go to the grocery store, and you look on the shelf, you see a white thing you call sugar, and sometimes you see brown sugar. And I want you to ask yourself, anything that you put either that white or brown thing in, I want you to look at that carefully. If you boil cassava to eat, do you put sugar in it? Okay. But it has some sugar, glucose, but you don't add sugar. What about fudge? Sweet drink? Ice cream? Cake? Cut your sugar. Easiest way to start cutting your sugar is to cut the drink. The sweet drinks, not sweet drink, sweet drinks. A chubby has 7 spoons of sugar. A 20-ounce Coke has 13.5 spoons of sugar. A Solo, I think it's about 350 mils, bigger Solo, has 13.5 spoons of sugar. A 600 ml Minute Maid juice has 15 spoons of sugar. And you might say, you can't put 15 spoons? Yes. And don't talk when you go to Starbucks and the other place and you buy the nice brandy and this and that. 20 spoons of sugar. What is a spoon of sugar? You know what I call a Maggi cube? A compressible cube thing? Some hotels and things, when you go, you see a cube of sugar like that. That's what we call 1. So a chubby has 7 of those. Okay? It's compressed. So it looks small. So start cutting your sugar. You don't always have to have the 2 doubles and a Solo. You could have 3 doubles and a water. My blessed friends, the second thing I want you to cut is your salt. When you cook, I know men cook as well, I don't cook. Always put a pinch of salt, 2 fingers, pinch, not a grab. You cut your salt by 40%, you cut your risk of a heart attack by 25%.
Himalayan salt.
Just as bad. People think that salt is that white thing only. It's the sodium in it, which Himalayan has. I'm saying cut your salt. Salt is an acquired taste. And easy you cut it down. You're going to just get accustomed to it. Cut your sugar, cut your salt. Third one, cut your carbohydrates. What is carbohydrates? All the kind of starchy things that you eat, especially white roti, white rice, and flour products, like macaroni and pasta and all kind of thing. Sometimes I go like people home, and they say, Baba, we cook a special for you. You must be fed up with chana and pumpkin. So we make fried rice, that's carbohydrates. Macaroni pie, that's plenty carbohydrates. Potato salad, well, potato salad is aloo. And when God make Indian, he make aloo. We love aloo. Very high glycemic index in potatoes. Please cut your potato, but cut your carbohydrates generally. You don't have to have 4 pieces of roti. You don't have 3 pieces of macaroni. And the last one, cut your sugar, cut your salt, cut your carbs. And what's the last one to cut? Cut your laziness. Cut your laziness. 67% of Trinidad and Tobago's population overweight. When people watch me, Baba, you too thin. I have my ideal weight right now. It's supposed to be like this. I might look thin, but it's supposed to be like this. This is my ideal weight. But we get so accustomed with motka. You're thinking when you're you're good. Cut your salt, cut your sugar, cut your carbs, and cut your laziness. Of those 4, which one you think is the most important one to cut? Laziness? The most important one to cut is your sugar. I want you to remember the most important one to cut is your sugar. What's the easiest way to start cutting your sugar? Well, a little bit now and again and thing, a little soft drink, whatever, juice and thing, but not like that. You go to the grocery store, a 1 liter of bottled water, blue water, I just saw it in the grocery, is $6, and you can get a 2 liter cold for $6. How could 2 liters of soft drink be cheaper? The same price as 1 liter of water. It's addictive. Cut your sugar. Good. We begin to close. I want you to stand. When we're leaving, you'll have a bhajan or 2. I love. And that's it, but I want to close now. We stand together, those who can stand, those who need to sit, continue sitting. I want to read it to the Dhyan Shlokas and Bhagavad Gita. There are 9 shlokas, and I will just chant those. It's dedicated to Lord Krishna, and let us pray that brother's soul shall find eternal rest in thy kingdom. Let us pray that Deolal will find his home and a beautiful travel. We say together, Om Sri Krishnaya Govindaye Namo Namah. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Krititam Puranamuninam Madhye Mahabharata Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadasha Dhyayanim Ambattam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadvishinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhi Pulara Vindarayata Pattara Netra Yena Toya Bharata Tela Puranaha Prajvarito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapan Parijataya Tottara Vetara Kapanaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gitamritam Duhe Namaha Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopala Nandana Parto Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamrita Mahata Vasudeva Sutam Devam Khansa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadguru Bhishma Durona Tatajaya Jalagandharvani Lotpala Shalya Grahavati Kripena Bhani Karina Vilakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghoramakara Duryodhana Vartani Soterana Khalupandara Nadi Kaivartaka Peshavaha Parasarya Vachasaro Jamamalam Gitartha Gandhokatam Nana Kyanaka Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Buditam Lokes Jana Shatpare Aharaha Pepiyamana Muda Bhoya Bharta Pangajam Kalimala Pradhamshina Shriyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Panghum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Bande Pada Ananda Madhava Yam Rahama Varunenda Ruddamartha Hastun Vanti Divyai Savehi Vedai Sangapada Kramapanashade Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Vastatatagatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginu Yasyantam Navidu Surasura Ganaha Devaya Tashmai Namaha. Devaya Tashnai Namaha. My friends, we close now. Father God, we thank you for bringing us together this morning to bring support and love and to this beautiful family. Salutations to you, dear Krishna. Today we bring and we walk the soul to your door. We pray that you would allow Brother Deolal to travel in peace, that you will be kind and merciful unto his soul, and let him continue his graces in the heavenly abode. Be kind and lenient and merciful unto his soul, dear God. No man is perfect. No man is perfect. He lived, he loved, he laughed, he learned. May God rest his soul eternally. To the family, may God bless all of you with strength and courage, that you will continue on to make Brother's soul proud, that when he looks down from the heavens, he shall look upon you with pride and joy, and know that you have done your best. Every one of you would have done your best. Thank you to all members of the community and friends and family who have paid tribute to Deolal Bhayaji, and of course those who supported the family in this time of difficulty. I'm sure you have happy returns from Almighty God. God bless your hearts. We now close. Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mahadeva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो महाविष्णु भगवान की जय, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय, जय जय Blessed Sitaram. Salam alaikum. Beautiful morning. आप लोग आसन लीजिए. Please have your seats. Those who did not yet have a chance to view the body and wish to do so, you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes, come. You can do your view. And we'll leave immediately for the crematory and
Prabhuji, 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 Sukha ka sagar Prabhuji, 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 Sukha ka सागर
आशा का दूर किनारा हो
Don't cross the line. Oh, no, go back to. You go back to. Watch it. No, I don't want to cross the water. Watch the water. Right. Okay. Come back, and a little cross the line. You don't pass it to the right side.
I